From Learfield, the Encoba Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics. Now, alongside former Buckeye Justin Zwick, here's your host, Brandon Beam.
It's a great day to be a Buckeye. Ohio State goes into Ann Arbor and delivers a victory 27-9. I am Brandon Beam. He is Justin Zwick. Jay-Z, happy College Football Saturday to you, my friend. And finally, we're doing a post-game show where the Buckeyes beat Michigan. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
I'll tell you, I now understand why. Now, let me check just one more time. Yeah, the game is over.
It is.
We won. But I understand now why when I walked in the studio today and you're watching the game standing up about 2 inches away from it with 8 minutes to go. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, we got it. And you're like, don't you say that.
I was a little stressed today.
Then, as we talk, you're like, you haven't done one of these shows after a win in a long time.
It's been a while.
And it's my first year, so I don't understand what you've been through. So I can understand why you maybe felt that way. But, hey, good for us. We are undefeated as a team on the postgame shows, and what a win today to cap off a wonderful Thanksgiving week.
How about that, right? I mean, Ohio State goes into Ann Arbor 27-9. The final score today, total yards 419 compared to Michigan's 163. You have 4 pairs of gold pants. Mm-hmm. I mean, what is it like? And we'll talk to linebackers coach James Lauronitis here in our next segment. What is everything like, Justin, when you go on the road, you beat Michigan? It's been a long time since they've won this game. What is the situation that these guys are going through right now? Because I can imagine it is pretty intense. They're fired up.
I feel like maybe one year there was like an all brothers team because when we got back to Columbus, it was like that's where everybody went downtown, and it was like they're feeling pretty good right now. Now it was a different time back then because we didn't have a championship game to go play the next week.
Sure,
we played Michigan before Thanksgiving, so we got to go home basically. But they're feeling pretty good right now. Going up on the road to that place, that toilet bowl up there, and just it is pretty cool to see. There's a ton of people. It's humongous, but to go up there and shut them up, especially after the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And I think the players there's probably a lot of them that they haven't beat Michigan, so they wanted to do that. They don't have a pair of gold pants, so they wanted to go get that. But a lot of these kids saw, what Ryan went through last year after that game in the shoe. And
it was intense.
I think there was a little bit of these guys saying, you know what, screw this. We got to go out and win this game for this guy because everything he's done and, just the way he coaches us and the program and how he's built it the way he has since he's been here. I think there was a large part of these kids wanted to go up and get that done for him just to get that monkey off his back. And they went out and took care of business. I mean, you have a team that had 108 yards rushing in the first half, and you end that game with 100 yards rushing. That is almost impossible to do, I feel like. I don't know that I've seen a game go like that before. But going up on the road, playing in Ann Arbor, I mean, it's just what a huge game. And they go out and start the game the way we did and have everybody sitting at home going, not this again.
Yeah, let me ask you that question. What were you feeling when there was the long run that was burst off? Obviously, like Ohio State, the first couple of possessions, offensively, defensively, it didn't look great, right? Defensively, you let up that big run. You get a field goal kicked on you. You're like, all right, Ben, don't break. First possession, you come out. Julian Sand throws a pick, which was very against like everything that he has done this season. Michigan goes up 6-0. You're like, this is a nightmarish start. But after that, like, you were good. I mean, you outscored Michigan 27-3 after the first couple of possessions. So, I mean, obviously not an easy thing to overcome. They did it on the road. But when Michigan burst off that long run, were you feeling what Buckeye Nation was feeling? Like, here you go again. Like, put your hands on your head.
First play of the game, they go for 20. You're like, whoa, that's not supposed to look that way against this defense.
Yeah.
We've seen that in the past, but not this year. So, I mean, you definitely go into a game like this, and we did not start the way we wanted to. You always want to start fast. You always want to start, on the right side of things. No penalties, no silly stuff at the line of scrimmage. Moving the ball, settling into the game, and then we just decided we're going to go ahead and play from behind here in the first quarter, and we're going to spot them.
We're going to play Buckeye football.
Right? And maybe the guys were thinking all year long, everybody's just been talking about how easy it's been for us. So we're going to go ahead and spot Michigan 6 points here in the first quarter, and then we're going to come back and beat them 27-9. So, I mean, it was unsettling, especially with the weather, and you're thinking, all right, this is going to start to get ugly at any time here. Maybe the snow is supposed to come. How's Julian going to throw the ball in that? You know, all the stuff Ryan kind of talked about. Yeah,
that, right?
And everybody has. And, you know, Ryan mentioned it after the game. Like, well, you know, everybody wanted to see what this was going to look like when it was snowing sideways. And there you go. That's
pass the test.
Yeah, pass the test. So it didn't start strong. But, again, anytime this season when things didn't seem to go well for us at certain points throughout games, you know, which is a credit to this team and the players, they didn't freak out. They didn't worry about, hey, let's just continue to play our game. You know, a couple big runs, defense. All right, we're going to bend, but we won't break. We did it all year long. Mm-hmm. You know, we get down in that red zone, we don't let people score. So, you know, there were some good things in there because we didn't let them go right down and get touchdowns. Because if it's 14-0, that's a whole different ballgame, right?
Oh, of course.
And they were in situations where that could have been 14-0 after that first drive.
Probably should have been.
Getting the ball on the 30-yard line going in. Like, you know, I mean, so we were still looking okay on that side of the ball. And then you just figured it was going to take some time and we'd get the guys going. And Julian, you know, didn't blow anybody out of the water today, but pretty darn good. You know, 75-ish completion, you know, percent completing, 200 some yards, 3 touchdowns, and it all happened after the very first throw, which was an interception. So pretty good game, you know, moving on from that bad start.
I will say it was very nice to have Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate back in the lineup, and I don't think it was nicer to anybody than it was number 10 today because having those two guys back in the lineup, you could see how much Ohio State was controlling the game. When Julian Sand needed to make a pass, he was obviously targeting those guys.
He was, and you know, and I think Michigan came into this game saying, "All right, we're going to try our best to not let those guys take over this game." You know, and then you look at our rushing game, like, all right, we had a freshman go for over 100 yards. You know, we're at 160 or you know whatever it is total team rush yards.
Yeah, 186.
You know, so I mean, just having them back, yes, for Julian, it was huge because he has his weapons back. He's used to throwing to them, you know, and it's good to have those elite athletes in the huddle and playing for you. But it also helped the run game. It helps everything when those two weapons are out there. So, you know, I'm glad they both got scores, both, you know, not big game anyway, anybody stat-wise, but big plays were made when they needed to and opened up that game. And as soon as you get a 2-touchdown lead with this defense, and, I mean, let's just say Michigan's offense is bad.
They were not great
in my opinion. I mean, they either can run the ball on you or they don't have much. And after a quarter and a half, they didn't run the ball on us much, and they didn't have any answers for anything as far as our defense was concerned.
What did you make of the Jeremiah Smith review earlier from today? Because I was talking to our studio producer, Panama Ted, over there, and I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen that in college football. Jeremiah Smith obviously had control of the football, and they reviewed it as if he had fumbled it, had lost possession. I'm like, guys, he caught it at the 5-yard line, or even before that, was running. It bobbled a little bit, but he didn't lose it. It's not like it was a fumble. I'm like, I've never seen that kind of review in college football before.
Well, it blew my mind. And then it was like 10 minutes earlier, they didn't throw a kid out after a headbutting a ref. And they're like, well, the refs just don't want to get involved in this game. They want it to be about the players. And then, like, we score. Everybody's on the sideline. And it's like, oh, review. Yeah. Like, hold on, what? For that? Like, I mean,
didn't make any
nobody
sense.
In the stadium thought anything about that. And we're going to go take a look at it. So they got the call right, but man, there was a second. And I'm like, and then that was kind of early in the game, too. It was like, really? We're going to, because that's a touchback, them going the other way. That could have been ugly. But yeah, I mean, what a move. 4th and 5. What a call. I mean, the Stones on Brian Hartline or Ryan Day to allow that call to go in on 4th and 5. Mm-hmm. And then you trust your players. That's when you call that play. You trust your players to get the job done. They got the look they wanted. And that corner bit so hard on that, initial move by Jeremiah. And then it was just off to the races.
Can I interest you in the quarter by quarter stats for the Ohio State defense today? First quarter, Michigan offense, 85 yards. Second quarter, 39 yards. Third quarter, 40 yards. Fourth quarter, -1 yards for the Michigan offense. I mean, that's
amazing.
That is incredible.
Now, I mean, it also goes back to the time of possession. I'm guessing it was 40 to 20, somewhere in that range. Sure. I mean, we had a 12-minute drive at some point throughout that second quarter or second half. And that's how we've been playing all year long. Like, we're milking the clock. It's not like we... Ryan, I think, wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, and I think we saw that with the very first play.
Agreed.
Taking a shot. But it wasn't – it was controlled aggression. Like, all right, we're not trying to just get as many plays as possible in. We just want them to know, hey, yeah, we have this. We're going to try and get it on you, but we're still going to take our time. We're going to milk the clock. We're going to just, methodically move our offense like we have all year long. And it works. And when you're on the sideline for 12 minutes as an offense, right? Because, Michigan's offense would be on the sideline for 12 minutes. It's snowing. It's windy. It's cold. I don't care how many benches you have that are warm. You're sitting around for a long time. Waiting to go back on the field. So, it does things on both sides of the ball. It wears the defense out, and then it also gets the offense out of rhythm. Again,
the final score today from the Big House. Ohio State goes into Ann Arbor and defeats Michigan 27-9. Coming up next, we're going to be joined by linebackers coach James Lauronitis as the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan.
You can join us Thursday at noon for the next Ryan Day Show presented by Roosters. If you've got questions about today's game or the upcoming matchup against Indiana, you can submit them via X at OSU Coach or go to OhioStateBuckeyes.com. Click on the Ryan Day Show inbox icon. Again, the final score today, Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9. More of the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show coming up on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $289 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Now back to the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Back here on the postgame show, Buckeyes get it done 27-9 in Ann Arbor. Right now, we are joined by linebackers coach James Lauronitis. Coach, first and foremost, a big congratulations on the victory. What are you saying to your guys in the locker room right now, James? Because I know it's got to be a special feeling.
Yeah, man, it's pretty it's pretty electric. A lot of guys are juiced up. Obviously, a lot of pent up anger over the last 4 years, and especially with the way last year happened at home. So other guys went out there and played hard. I thought they, lived on the edge and played on the edge a little bit, but never kind of crossed it. And, I was happy and proud of these guys that came out and got the victory.
Two-parter. One, what in the heck did you guys talk about at halftime? Because it was 108 yards rushing coming into halftime, and at the end of the game, it's 100 yards rushing for Michigan. So what did you guys do there to shut that down? And then on the second part of this, these kids, Ryan's talked about it, haven't had a chance to beat Michigan, this team. How excited are you for them? Because you've been a part of it. You have your gold pants. These kids got to be pretty pumped to get a pair of those, after a game today.
Yeah, man. I mean, the kids are juiced. They wanted this, and I think, they wanted to do it for coach. And at halftime, really, it was just about making adjustments. The stuff that in the first half, we saw how they were trying to attack us. And, Coach Patricia does a really good job, series of watching the plays and making adjustments and correcting everything. So that was really hats off to the staff getting together and talking about changing the plan a little bit, making little tweaks here and there, and then the guys recognizing the runs and how they're starting to attack us. So we knew that, as you watch them throughout the season, they had planned attacks throughout a game plan, and those runs would come back in the second half, and we adjusted really well.
Coach, obviously you're a defensive coach, but you see your offense on the field for 12 minutes, 20 plays, 81 yards, 11 minutes, and 56 seconds. What are you guys doing on the sideline for that long when your offense is chewing up that much clock?
Yeah, they're sitting on the heated benches. That's what they're doing. They're trying to tackle over everything, and no, it was awesome, man. I will say being able to play or be a part of this game, I guess you should say, with the snow coming down, was pretty iconic. It was pretty great.
Yeah, being part of teams that didn't have the warm benches and you just had to stand around, you probably wanted to be back out on the field in our day, of course, because it keeps you warm. Offense does enough to get it done. You guys, Bo Jackson, freshman, coming into the game, over 100 yards rushing. I think he's the first since J.K. Dobbins to do that. Just talk about Bo Jackson and a little bit about the game he had today.
Man, there were some just big boy runs out there for sure. And I think the guys were physical. They were attacking. They were getting downhill. And it was pretty awesome to see.
Coach, before we get you out of here, what's your message to the team? Obviously tonight, go enjoy the win. Big Ten championship game, first return trip to Indy since the 2019-2020 season. You got the Hoosiers coming up in the Big Ten championship next week.
Man, enjoy it. You work so hard to get a chance to get to Indy. This is always the first goal that we have as a unit. And so I think this is good to achieve this one. Got a chance to go to Indy against a really good Indiana team. And, obviously just keep stacking days. So it's always one day at a time. Enjoy tonight. Don't do anything dumb. And, currently all the backers are walking back on the field to get a photo together to commemorate the dub.
I'm sure we'll see that on social media here in a little bit. Coach, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Have a great evening. Congrats on the victory. Safe travels home, and we will check in with you again soon, all right?
Yep, no doubt.
Linebackers coach James Lauronitis with us here on the postgame show. And I did receive the picture.
You did get the picture.
It looks awesome. Those guys had a terrific game up in the big house tonight, JZ.
Yeah, there was no anything about it's cold outside. Let's not go back down there. It's let's go down there and take a picture. Because when you have a win like that, the weather just goes away. It's just,
they don't care about
it's 80
that.
and sunny in their head. They're like, this is great.
This is tropical weather.
Exactly.
Right here.
Let's go out and get a picture.
It was funny when James was talking about, being on the sideline and, sitting on the bench and everything during that 12-minute 81-yard, 20-play drive by Ohio State in the offense, which is terrific. Offensively, obviously, it's a fantastic drive. Defensively, you got to be sitting over there, and you had mentioned it a little bit earlier, JZ. It's a long time for your offense from a Michigan perspective to be on the sideline, not doing anything.
Yeah, it is. Now those benches are nice. They do keep you somewhat warm. On the back end or the back side of things, but to sit there and just it's not like. Michigan's offense was in any kind of rhythm really anyways.
Sure.
And so to sit there and just have that and see what's going on and then see they scored. And we got to go. We're down more now. We got to go out and try and make something happen. And we've been sitting here for 12 minutes of game time, which is
a long
45 minutes of commercials for the rest of us. So, that's a long time to be sitting around doing nothing.
How about the Ohio State defense today and through the regular season? It's the first team since 1975, the Florida Gators back in 1975, to hold an offense on average to under 12 points per game during the regular season. Jay-Z, that's 50 years of college football. You are witnessing something pretty spectacular.
Yeah,
this
historical stuff, and it started off so strong at the beginning of the season. We're so, I don't even know, not lucky. It's just so wild. Like you get so used to seeing it so good, and then as the year goes on, they start so strong, and then you don't feel as good about it. It's like it's like Julian, 81% completion. Now he's probably like 77. You're like, oh, that's
man.
too bad. Like why couldn't we just keep those numbers up there? But it is historical, and when you think about it that way, 50 years since the defense has been this good. I mean, we knew they were good, but wow. I mean, they each week now the tests begin.
Now the tests begin. Because you got a team coming up next week that puts up a whole heck of a lot of points. And they did so last night against Purdue in the Old Oaken Bucket. But I feel like, I don't know. I mean, you handled them last year in Columbus. Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be a great crowd, I think, next week. That is a game in their backyard. They've never been there before. Indiana has it. And it's been a long time since Ohio State has been there. Mm-hmm. I think if you're going over to Indy next week, no matter what the situation is, like, you're going to have a great time, because this is two fan bases that want, obviously, to get this championship, but it's close to home for both of them.
Yeah, two fan bases that, one, let's just be honest, can get there easily, because it's only a 3-hour drive, with all these other playoff games, you're flying across country. And
what is it, an hour from Bloomington?
This is an easy place for, all these fans to get to. A lot of excitement. I mean, imagine Indiana is going to be, through the roof, because they've never been. For us, it's more like, all right, we finally made it back. It feels like, has it been 4 years? It just doesn't feel that long, but it has been.
6 years.
I guess, 6.
Five,
all the way back to
2020, all right.
But, it's just the way we feel around here. Like, it's been that long since we've been there? That's interesting. So it'll be a great matchup. But now now the fun begins, because every game you play, after that one, it's win or go home.
Hey, while we have time, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Again, the final score today from the Big House. Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9. Coming up next, we're going to check your scoreboard from across the country as the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President, and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
Hey, Buckeye fans, it's Polk Heels for Window Nation. Columbus, did you know you can get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? This month, they're offering 50% off all window styles, plus no payments for 2 whole years. That's right, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until 2027. Get big savings, plus 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com today.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You can join us Tuesday night at 6 p.m. for our next Buckeye Roundtable show presented by Burger King. Our broadcast team of Big Daddy Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, Coach John Cooper, and Skip Mossick will break down today's game. That's Buckeye Roundtable Tuesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, the final score today from the Big House. Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9. More of the Encova Insurance Buckeye postgame show coming up on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
New creamy parm pizzas are now at Donato's. A decadent new sauce on 2 delicious new pizzas. Try the crave-worthy chicken veggie parm with roasted chicken, fresh veggies, and that rich creamy parm base. Or the savory bacon spinach parm, where smoky bacon meets fresh spinach for parm pizza perfection. Craving something different? Create your own creamy parm pizza today. Donato's. Gotta love more.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. This is the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
12:07 and counting second quarter, 6-3 Michigan leading. Buckeyes are going to go for it, 4th and 5 of the Michigan 35. Christian, Kazmarek, and Claire off the end of the line to the left, Smith wide right. C.J. Donaldson is in at tailback. 4th and 5, Ohio State at Michigan's 35. Julian Sand gets the snap, back to throw. Sand looks. Sand fires down the right sideline for Jeremiah Smith. He's got it inside the 10 and into the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith, 35 yards from Julian Sand down the right side of the field. Welcome back, Jeremiah Smith. 9-6 Ohio State.
I agree, Paul. Welcome back, Jeremiah Smith, for sure. 3 catches on the day, 40 yards. 35 of those coming on that. Justin, we touched on that a little bit earlier about the fumble into the back of the end zone, not fumble. I don't understand why that was reviewed, but regardless, Jeremiah Smith making a great play, turning his defender into toast, and Julian Sand delivering a ball on the money on a 4th and 5 play, which I think is the bigger story of that entire situation. On 4th and 5, you trust your guys to go out there and make a play.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, huge call. You know, seeing that ball go in the air, ooh, okay, he's wide open, great. It worked out well, but, a big call on a 4th and 5, and, just a lot of unknown going into this week. Everybody saw Jeremiah kind of limping around, looking like he was kind of banged up, last week.
Oh, we all saw that.
Yeah, so, it's
we
like,
all saw it.
A lot of that going on. So for him to, both of those guys, get healthy to be able to play in this game, which I'm sure was the plan all along, but for them to want to make sure they're here for this game, it showed that we needed them. And, that Jeremiah play, and then you get Carnell later in the game. But that really opened things up. Michigan probably still feeling pretty good about themselves. All right, we got them stopped 4th and 5. They're going to go for it here. And then you get a touchdown. That's like wind out of the sails at that point.
For sure, right? You're plus territory, 35. You're probably not thinking a field goal at that point, at that juncture of the game. You're down. It's 6-3 at that point. This is to give you a 10-6 lead at that point. And then Julian Sand with a strike, Jeremiah Smith with the catch, a little bit of a bobble, maybe. I don't know. I don't understand why they went to the review on that. It looked like a catch to me. I don't know.
Yeah, catch a football move was made, and he
never fumbled it.
No, he never didn't have a hand on the ball.
Yeah.
And all you need is to cross the goal line with the ball in your hand, right?
And he did, and they upheld it. It's fine.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's a second round. I'm going to throw a TV, and I'm not even that emotional about it. But yeah, when they went to review that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me here.
I think I scared my dog because I watched the first half of the game at my house, and I think our dog was in the other part of the house, what's
going on in here, Dad?
He was not liking exactly what I had to say in the house. Buckeyes were not the only team that was in action today across the college football world. How about let's go to Black Friday, shall we? Because Ohio State moves on to the Big Ten championship game. They will face the Hoosiers of Indiana next Saturday evening. Old Oaken Bucket goes in favor to Indiana, Justin, 56-3. This is not a team that is afraid to score points, and
It's not a coach who is afraid to score points. Not a coach who's afraid to throw trick plays out there. Like, they want to put on a show, and that's who he is. That's his personality almost, and that's what they do. So they did it a lot last year, and then they came to the shoe and found out. Now we get to play in Lucas Oil Stadium and see how that goes.
What do you think the message for his team's going to be this week? I mean, it's a rematch against Ohio State again. They came here. You had Will Howard last year kind of putting out the SIG, right?
Yeah.
Like, that was a big deal.
That's right. I forgot
when
about
they came here, they were undefeated. You gave Indiana the loss. They lost the college football playoff eventually to Notre Dame in the first round, which was actually the closest game that you had in the first round. But I would imagine, Sig and the boys from Indiana are going to be fired up to play in their home state next week.
Fired up. I mean, that guy, he went to the Big Ten championship game last year and just said, I just wanted to come just to see what it was going to be like for next year when we're here. So that's the kind of attitude and personality we're going against here. So I'm sure he's going to have some great one-liners this week. Give the guy some bulletin board material, hopefully.
I like him.
I do too. I think he's great. And to do what he's doing at Indiana, let's just be real.
It's Indiana football, man.
That is impressive. Last year, all right, flash in the pan, and then he's back this year with just as good as a team, and they're putting up just as many points. Like, it's really cool to see, but not next Saturday.
No, 56-3 victors go the spoils, and the old Oaken Bucket stays in Bloomington. The final score in that one. How about number 16 Texas last night? 27-17 victors over Texas A&M, handing the Aggies their first loss of the season.
Oh, Arch Manning getting it done with his legs.
Yeah.
Not so much through the air. He's still figuring things out there, even though he did have one long touchdown pass, which the receiver made a great play on.
Steve Sarkisian is just like opining for Texas to get in the playoffs. I'm like, don't lose 3 games.
Don't do that.
3 games.
Yeah. Now he'll say, well, don't put Ohio State on our schedule. We wouldn't.
Don't play the SEC schedule. And then you would be fine.
Exactly.
You can't have it both ways, sir.
No, you can't.
How about in the Egg Bowl yesterday? Ole Miss, number 7, 38-19 victory over Mississippi State. I don't know what in the heck is going on with Lane Kiffin. We were supposed to get an answer today, what the future was for him. Haven't heard anything yet. It's 5:09 Eastern time. Have not heard anything, but
I don't feel like that's a good thing. When you start dragging that out.
I don't either. Again,
I thought it was a little strange. We're like, after the big game this weekend, we'll find out what he's doing.
It seems to me like he's going somewhere else. But Ole Miss, big congratulations. They finished 11-1 on the season.
He's got them in the top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
He's got the program
Good
going.
season.
You're building something there at an SEC school. Is it worth jumping to another one?
I don't know. Maybe
in this world nowadays.
Maybe with an increase of $5 million and NIL dollars.
I think the NIL dollars are probably the thing that moved the needle a little bit more for a coach.
The state
nowadays.
of Louisiana's governor support. It's crazy down there. So, anyways, Ole Miss wins the Egg Bowl 38-19. Utah, no problem with Kansas, 31-21. And Arizona beats Arizona State 23-7. How about finals from today? Number 5, the Red Raiders, Texas Tech. No problem with the Mountaineers.
The stash package is in. Rodriguez, let's watch out if he throws here. Snap back to him, fakes the hand. Oh, he's going to run it in again. Jacob Rodriguez has got his second offensive touchdown in as many weeks.
How about that? You got Brian Jensen from the Texas Tech Red Raider Network from Learfield all over West Virginia, 49-0. Jay-Z, they ran a fake punt up 42-0 in this game. I think the Red Raiders are saying to themselves, all right, you know what? We're going to put up some style points too.
Yeah. Did they give the linebacker the fake punt too? Because they're trying to do everything they can down there to get that guy some Heisman love. He's having a good year on the defensive side of the ball. Now he has 2 touchdowns.
Yes, he does.
To cap that off. One you missed last night. I think it was last night. Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech. Close ball game. 4 against 22.
It was close.
16-9. That's a 1-score ball game.
Haynes
there,
King
guy.
trying to do everything he could.
Man, he has to do everything for that poor team. Yeah, that poor guy. He was getting smacked around
and
kept getting up.
Was it 6 overtimes last year they played or something? It was a crazy game last year that they played. But yeah, Georgia beats Georgia Tech 16-9 in the game. Miami, no problem with Pittsburgh today, 38-7. So we will see what happens with the Canes. Their playoff fate now in control of the college football playoff board of directors and committee. I don't know. What do you think about the Canes?
They didn't fall off as hard as I expected them to, as they tend to do. big win to start the year. I mean, I think the committee likes Notre Dame. Miami beat Notre Dame, to start the year. So maybe that's, something that a little feather in their cap when the committee's looking at this last 12. But I guess we got 2 weeks until the final 12 come out, right?
We do, yeah.
So we still have another week. But yeah, it was a good season for the King. I don't believe Pitt is the 22nd team in the country. I didn't think they should have been rated that high when they played Notre Dame 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think they're just kind of hanging out there. So, a top 25 win for Miami, but 2 teams in the ACC that I'm not too worried about.
Another top 25 game from earlier. BYU, no problem with UCF. 41-21 games currently going on in the top 25. Oregon on top of Washington, 13-7. Oregon 1-3 in Dan Lanning's tenure against Washington. Now, they did beat them last year.
Smoked them last year. Lost 3 close games.
Got into the Big Ten championship, was the number 1 seed in the playoffs. We know what happened after that. But that was a huge hurdle for them to get over. But it is a 1-score game with 10 seconds left to go in the first half.
Washington's a scary team. You get the quarterback out there, DeMond Williams Jr.
Yeah.
If he goes and gets the hot hand, he can be something to reckon with. So we'll see. Oregon, I feel like they're going to be able to pull this one out.
LSU tied with Oklahoma. 50 seconds left to go before half. Number 8, Oklahoma at home against LSU, who fired Brian Kelly earlier on. And LSU does have the ball in plus territory right now. So we'll keep you up to
Lane
date.
might be waiting to see what happens in that game before
he might
announces.
He might, right? If LSU wins that game, maybe he doesn't go. If they lose that game, maybe he does. Who knows?
Maybe that's what he flipped a coin. Is like, if they win, I go. If not, I stay.
The Battle of Tennessee, currently Tennessee on top of Vandy, 21-14. Vandy driving, 30 seconds left to go in the half. Again, Tennessee has not beat a team over 500 all season long, yet they're ranked number 19.
19 in the SEC, baby. This means more down there.
It does. It does mean more. You're correct about that. Score earlier from the Big Ten, Black Friday, Iowa dispatches of Nebraska, 40-16. Games going on right now. We got a snow fest going on in Minnesota. Minnesota leads Wisconsin 10-7 at half. Penn State and the battle of bowl eligibility on top of Rutgers, 24-21. Games coming up a little bit later in the Big Ten. Maryland is at Michigan State. UCLA is at USC. And Northwestern is at Illinois. Who you got in the Iron Bowl tonight? That seems like a pretty big game. Everybody maybe a little bit on edge down there in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know much about Auburn, so I'm going to have to go with Bama just because that's who I've seen more of this year and know a little bit about. But
yeah.
Auburn's kind of just been under the radar for
everyone seemed to love Auburn this week. I'm like, I don't know why. And I don't even love Alabama either.
I don't love either of them, but I love Alabama more, less,
but less than Auburn.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something
Have fun.
like that. Yeah,
have fun at the
Good
Iron
luck
Bowl.
to everybody. Go sports.
Hope you both have fun. Again, the final score today from the Big House: Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9. Coming up, we're going to hear from head coach Ryan Day as the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
When you're here, you understand what it means to be a Buckeye. And at Elk & Elk, we're proud to wear scarlet and gray every Saturday. Every client, every day means if you're ever injured, we're proud to stand with you in court. And when you're here at the shoe, we're proud to stand with you and cheer on the Buckeyes.
Whether we're here at the big game or in court, we are committed to you.
Elk & Elk, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Kroger, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination.
Next Saturday, Ohio State will face Indiana in the Big Ten Championship game. We're going to be on the air with the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show beginning at 6:30 p.m. Again, the final score today from the Big House. Ohio State 27, Michigan 9. More of the Encova Insurance Buckeye postgame show coming up on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Buckeye fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a champ or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan. Now back to the Encova Insurance Buckeye postgame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Brandon Innis will go wide to the right with Carnell Tate and Max Clare. Jeremiah Smith flanked left. C.J. Donaldson tailback to the left of quarterback Julian Sand, who's in the gun. 3rd and 3, Ohio State at the Michigan 4. Center Carson Hinsman in position over the ball. Sand gets the snap, looks to throw. Sand delivers, caught by Innis into the end zone for a touchdown. Brandon Innis on a 3-yard passing play. Brandon Innis gets his 3rd TD catch of the season, and Ohio State a 16-9 lead over Michigan.
Brandon Innis today, 2 catches. One of them was a touchdown. The other one was a big 3rd down conversion. When you need your captain, you rely on him in big situations, and that's exactly what Julian Sand did today.
Yeah, and we've seen Brandon Innis, the last second half of the year kind of not necessarily take off, but make some big plays for us. We expected that all year long. It's like, all right, well, he's open, he's there, but he's opening things up for other guys. He's doing his role, playing that, and then throughout the last few weeks, some guys have been down. He's been kind of our go-to, and across the middle, he is very trustworthy. So as a quarterback, put this ball in anywhere around him. His catch radius is pretty legit. He's going to go down and get it for me. I loved him picking up that first down, but I love that he was able to get in the end zone. Awesome play call down there in the goal line, using Max Clare to kind of give him some room to move, and then he does the rest, catching that ball, getting in the end zone.
I feel like we all know what Ryan Day has gone through, right? I mean, we live in this town. We live in Columbus. Jay-Z, you and me,
heard the stories?
Yeah, we've heard the stories about armed guards and everything after last year's game. Here was Ryan Day during the press conference about what this means to him. Again, the first time that Ohio State has won this game since 2019-2020. It has been 4 straight losses, but it has been 6 years since Ohio State won this game. Here was Ryan Day talking about what this game meant to him today.
Well, to tell you that the last 4 years have been easy is not true. I take the responsibility of being the head coach at Ohio State very, very seriously. So does my family, so do the players, so do the coaches. So, when, you don't accomplish those things, you take it personally. And I understand what that means. I mean, my family's been here 9 years now, so there's nobody who wants to win this game more than me. But to win this game, it's just a great moment. And it's one of those moments that you want to just grab on for a while and just enjoy it, because, just to see the joy in everybody's face is really what this thing's all about. That's what being a head coach is. When it's not about you, it's not about raising trophies, it's not about winning games, it's about pouring back into the people that are around you. When I say people, it's the players, it's the coaches, it's their families, and the fans. And that's what it is. And winning just gives us an opportunity to continue to do that and make an impact. And I think, everyone and the fans and all of our supporters can recognize all the work that gets put in. And, when it doesn't go the right way, nobody wavered. We hung in there. And it isn't easy. Nothing about this profession's easy. But I'm proud of the men that we have. And happy that they got this win.
I'm sure I can speak for you, Jay-Z. I'm sure everybody in that locker room is having a great time. They're on their way back to Columbus right now. They're on an airplane, but I don't know if anyone in the state could be happier than what Ryan Day is right now at this point in time. I know that there's a mission ahead. You've got the Big Ten Championship. You got Indiana next week, and then whatever's going to come along with the playoffs. But for him to win this game today, for his guys to go out and battle like they did on the road, snowy conditions, we had our questions about that. That has got to be a great feeling for him.
Yeah, he's I don't know if you're a country fan, but he's getting drunk on a plane. It's a quick flight, so he's got to throw him down fast. But no, he's got to be feeling pretty darn good right now. You can hear it in his voice the last 4 years. It's probably taking a toll on him, his family. He's got kids in high school. High school kids are mean. All this stuff that wraps up into it. So, 4 years of that coming into today and getting a win and kind of just with the way the game started. And I think he even talked about, the first play, like, what the heck's going on here? And then we threw an interception. I'm sure in his head for a split second it was like, guys, not again. Yeah,
don't do it.
But they continue to believe, and he talked about the players. They just never was too big for them, and they understood we got to play our game, and we just got to make the plays that are there for us, and we'll be fine. And that's what ended up happening.
They understood the assignment for sure. Yep. Again, the final score today from the Big House: Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9. Coming up next, we're going to wrap things up, hand out some Buckeye Leaves as the Encova Insurance postgame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through December 1st, you can get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander, including hybrid models, with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get Toyota Care 2 years, no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
New creamy parm pizzas are now at Donato's. A decadent new sauce on 2 delicious new pizzas. Try the crave-worthy chicken veggie parm with roasted chicken, fresh veggies, and that rich creamy parm base. Or the savory bacon spinach parm, where smoky bacon meets fresh spinach for parm pizza perfection. Craving something different? Create your own creamy parm pizza today. Donato's. Gotta love more. The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Buckeyes are known for paying it forward. That's why Buckeyes Care strives to serve the betterment of our community by positively impacting families across Ohio. You can join American Electric Power, Donato's Kroger, the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, the James Cancer Hospital, Huntington Bank, and WBNS TV in Columbus in supporting this cause at ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeyes Care. Again, the final score today from the Big House: Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9. More of the Encova Insurance Buckeye postgame show coming up on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
We have acres of brand new Chevys, Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, and Ram vehicles, as well as used cars and trucks that you're looking for at the Jeff Weiler Columbus Auto Mall in Canal Winchester. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we can find it at one of our 23 other locations. So come shop the lot or view over 2,000 cars right at your fingertips at JeffWeilerColumbusAutomall.com. Plus, use Weiler Direct to see monthly payments, value your trade, and get pre-approved. Rooted in family, driven by you.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club. the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Encova Insurance Buckeye Postgame Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Pitching in their own 30. Bryson Cusdahl off the right, hit with quarterback Bryce Underwood, who has 3 wide to the left. Donovan McCulley is wide right. Greg Cripp in the center, snaps it to Bryce Underwood. Throws on the right side, and it is intercepted by Davison Igbinosun. The cornerback picks it off as the ball was thrown behind Donovan McCulley, and Igbinosun with his 3rd career interception. And Ohio State's going to get the football after that pick thrown by Bryce Underwood, and with 2:33 to play, the Buckeyes will have the ball.
He took it all the way to the end zone, took his helmet off, and is celebrating with the fans.
If there was anybody to take their helmet off in that situation, it was going to be Davison Igbinosun. And you and I were talking, Justin, as the game was ending. I said, do you think they're going to plant the flag? You said, no, they're just going to treat it as business. I said, but if there was anyone to plant the flag, my money would be on number 1. He would be the guy to stand out in the middle of the field to do it.
There's 2 for me. He's one of them.
Yeah.
Jermaine Matthews is the other one.
Yes.
Because I think he's got some dog in him, and he wants
both of those guys.
Yeah, they do. But it was funny because when you made that pick, you're like, how many celebrations is he going to do? And then we saw it, and he's running down the field with his helmet off. Like, not one we thought of.
Coach is probably saying to him on the sideline, like, hey, don't do that again. I don't think he cared.
No.
I don't think he cared at that point in time. They were up a couple of scores. You're feeling good about yourself. That iced the game pretty much. I don't think Davison, for what he's been through, especially he has been terrific this year.
16 penalties last year, 3 this year, I think it is.
Much better. And we
Big
talked
time.
about him in the offseason having oven mitts on or boxing gloves, all kinds of stuff. He has been really good this year. But, yeah, if my money was going to go somewhere of one player today planting the flag, it would have been him.
I think there was probably multiple guys who tried. I think Kevin, the EQ guy, was just doing a very good job of blocking guys out of there. Saying, no, get back to the corner, stay over there.
You said this to me. You're like, you can't plant a flag on artificial grass.
It just makes you look dumb.
You can't.
That's what Baker did back in the day. He's like, you idiot, you can't plant that here. It's artificial turf.
Oh man, Ohio State 27-9 just feels good. It feels
does,
good.
yeah.
Everything is going to taste better. It's going to smell better. You're just kind of floating through the weekend at this point. Let's do some Buckeye Leaves.
It's time to hand out some Buckeye Leaves.
I think everybody on this team.
Give them all out.
You all deserve it.
Fill the helmets.
Everyone who played today, who didn't play today, you made the pilgrimage up. If you're listening to us on your way back, if you're on 23, if you're wherever you're at, congratulations. You got a victory. It feels very good to get a win today.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
from the players, coaches, all the staff, all the fans that went up there. I know I had a couple buddies who I played with who had their kids up there in the big house today. Yeah. They brought it. You heard the OHIO cheers.
Yes, you did.
At the end of the game, and when you're in that place and you get to hear that, things went well that day. And so Buckeye Leaves to everybody. Julian Sane, redshirt freshman, undefeated. His first year starting,
no
huge.
Big deal, right?
I mean, this kid is awesome, but Bo Jackson was awesome. I mean, everybody was awesome today.
Yeah.
Tegra, I'm going to throw Tegra some flowers.
Agreed.
Played the entire game. He's, that right side of that line's been, the most talked about thing because we have to nitpick with this team. They played out today. They played well. Pass protection was awesome from the offensive line. Allowed everything to happen, and it was just a heck of a game.
How about Phillip Daniels too? I mean, he was getting. he was
walking to the line of scrimmage. We saw he's like screaming at somebody.
So this ball is coming right to you, and then they ran it over to the left. But he was wanting all the
smoke. That was like 5 minutes ago in the game. Like, all right, I love this.
Yeah, everybody gets a Buckeye Leave today, especially, I mean, the Stiles brothers for what they've been through here today. I know that's special for them. Obviously, last week was senior day for them, and it capped off a very, very cool moment that, Lorenzo got to run in. I know it wasn't last week, but running a kick return. Sonny was there on the sideline talking to him.
How cool is that to be able to do that with your brother?
Yeah.
And man, that would be pretty special.
Yeah, what a way to go out, too, right? I mean, your last regular season game with the Buckeyes, you get a pair of good gold pants.
It's been 4 years. You get to leave. You get your gold pants. You get to say that you beat Michigan your senior year, your last time playing them. Just awesome. But the biggest one for me, Ryan Day, man. He's been through enough over this last year, even 100%. With the national championship that they went out and won last year. The last 4 years has probably been a long 4 years for him. So huge
than anywhere else.
To coach. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody else in this city felt that more than him. And so I just feel really good for him to get that off his back.
Jay-Z had a great time with you here this regular season.
Now we do it.
Postseason time. I'll talk to you next Saturday night. I don't know, probably like 1 a.m. or something like that.
Something like that. I hope. I'm a night owl.
I am too. Have a great week, buddy. The executive producer of Ohio State Radio Sports is Skip Mossick. On behalf of our studio producer, Panama Teddy Holbrook, and for Justin Zwick, I'm Brandon Beam, inviting you to join us Tuesday night at 6 for Buckeye Roundtable presented by Burger King, then Thursday at noon for the Ryan Day Show presented by Roosters. Next week, Ohio State will face Indiana in the Big Ten Championship. We're going to be on the air with the AEP Energy Buckeye pregame show beginning at 6:30 p.m. Ohio State football has been brought to you statewide by Encova Insurance and by Bob Evans Farms. Once again, the final score today from the Big House. Ohio State defeats Michigan 27-9. Thanks for listening. This has been Buckeye Football on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for